Hi, welcome back to Full Cup Astrology. I'm Jen Keane, and I'm so excited to talk to you about this Aries full moon. I am going to get into a general overview of the moon and what an Aries full moon is like and what the energy in the sky is like at this time. And this general overview is a very important introduction to the sign by sign, so don't skip it. The sign by sign will make a lot more sense when you get there. And do check your sun, moon, and rising if you know all three, and put them all together for a better sense of the full picture of what's happening in your life. This full moon is happening September 29th at 2:58 a.m. in the morning. This is at 6 degrees Aries, so anybody that has planets or cusps at 6 degrees, you might feel this impact more than others. But everybody is bound to feel the fire at the time of this full moon. Up until now, for the last few months, we've had a lot of hesitation in the stars. We've had a lot of going back over things. We've had a lot of repeating lessons. And right now, this full moon seems to be representing the completion of a lot of what we've been going through. And that was true the last couple of moons, but the closer that we get to eclipse season, we're now really finalizing some of the lessons and themes that have been going on. If you've also felt like it's hard to create change and create initiation or forward movement that you're looking for, maybe there's been a lot of back and forth in your life, this full moon is an action-oriented one that is bound to get some momentum going. Aries is the initiator in the zodiac. It is the first on the wheel. It represents spring and infancy. Aries is impulsive without thinking about future consequences, but that's what we need to take action sometimes. That too much premeditation ends up dragging our heels and not really taking appropriate action. Another phrase that I'm using to coin this full moon is radical acceptance and appropriate action. Radical acceptance is something that I think everybody's been exercising, as there has been a feeling of less control, that we are going through the motions, that the universe is guiding us down certain paths, and in a lot of ways, many people have had to just relinquish the idea of control and give in to current circumstances and accept what is. Accepting that life is not always fun and easy and light, that the heaviness and the struggle is also a really important part of the process, yet not one that many of us are excited to go through. So we've been exercising radical acceptance. There may be more of that required, as there are some surprises at the time of this full moon, but this is really a time where you can take action, and the stars are supporting whatever action you want to take. There may be a feeling of impulsiveness and impatience and wanting to express right now in ways that you've been premeditating already, so go for it. This is certainly a time that is in our favor for action, but also because it's time for us to see what is needing to be illuminated, what this full moon is asking to be illuminated, and that's going to be different for each person. Radical acceptance also helps us take appropriate action. That when we are not trying to forcefully change our circumstance, yet accept what is unfolding, accept what is here in front of us and what we're dealing with in the moment, then the action is more appropriate. In the sky, Venus is a big player right now, and she's finishing a square that has been a series throughout the summer involving Uranus, and a Venus-Uranus square with the long Venus retrograde that we've been going through. The last couple of months have very much been about love, relationships, self-love, indulging, beauty, and pleasure. And that is going to be an important theme at the time of this full moon as well. But I really think that we're gaining momentum in the stars, and this is a full moon that initiates some of that momentum. We are also very close to eclipse season, and eclipses are happening in Aries and Libra for the next year and a bit. So this to me also looks like a very, very close, this also looks, it is a precursor to what is coming just a few weeks away with eclipse season starting in the middle of October. So I do think that whatever is happening now, this is going to continue to unfold over the next year and a half, and you'll have a clear understanding as that does. But back to the Venus story, Venus and Uranus, this is curveball energy. This is expect the unexpected, with Aries being a strong energy and this Uranus-Venus square at the same time. This is compulsive action towards love. This is, maybe there's been some premeditation, but waiting on things to just happen is no longer. It's really going to start to pick up the pace. And if we're, regardless of whether or not we are the ones making impulsive action, or somebody close to us is, or the universe is just creating tower moments for a lot of people out there. And for those of you who aren't familiar with the tarot, the tower is just, it knocks structures down to build something new, and it happens in a moment. And it can really catch you off guard, but it means that whatever is torn down is no longer meant to go forward. And whatever is being highlighted at the time of this moon is the direction that is likely going to take form and shape on the days to come. So I hope that this exciting curveball energy is fun for everybody. And now let's get into the sign by sign to get a better sense for each of you what is ahead. If you've been liking videos like this, please like and subscribe and comment in the comments below how this is affecting you. It really is so fun for me to see and participate in. And yeah, I will see you in the sign by sign. Hi Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. This full moon is happening in your 9th house, and this is all about foreign places, foreign people, spiritual growth, and a new mindset. Something could happen at this time that brings you a feeling of seeing the world in a way that you didn't see before, and it could be connected to relationships, it could be connected to your status and how other people see you. I really think for Leos, a lot of Leos out there, this has a relationship and romantic component to it because Venus has been in an extra long stay in your sign. So the topics of Venus and Uranus and Jupiter have really been highlighted, and in a way that is transforming how you handle relationships. This is really about you, not necessarily about the other person or people involved, but of course with relationships and partnerships, it's always about two people, but somehow these relationships are starting to really transform who you are as a person, Leo. And you're making relationship decisions that fit you differently in ways that you did in the past. The things that you looked for, the things that you were attracted to, those could be completely transforming right now. And ultimately creating better and better opportunity for love and connection and romance and really good fit in that department. For those of you where there's nothing romantic or love related going on, this has to do with self-love, this has to do with beauty, this has to do with worth, energetic worth as well as financial. So there could be changes in your communication and your mindset that are shifting your inner beauty and radiance and how you manifest in this world. And generally, how other people see you. When our energy changes, our appearance, or the ways that we are perceived by other people change. And I think that that is a lot of what's going on in the story for you, Leo. So have a great time out there, and I will see you next time. Hi Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. This full moon is happening in your 8th house, and this is likely to bring really quick shifts with other people's resources, your partner's resources. And this also could be a complete transformation of your being on a psychological level. So I think a lot of Virgos out there are going through psychological healing and transformations, and that is a big theme that's going to continue on for this eclipse season. There could be an intimate soulmate connection for some people where your connections are going to a deeper level. For those of you who are in a committed relationship or starting a relationship, the focus is likely to be around deep, intimate connection. This is not a superficial energy for Virgos. This is psychological transformation. This can also probe at some psychological wounds that it's time to shed, it's time to let go of, and you have done the work to move on and close that chapter. And the next year or so of eclipses are going to really finalize that process for some of you out there. So with Virgo, Uranus has been transforming your perspective on the world for quite some time. It may seem subtle at times, but many Virgos out there seem to be connecting with the energetic realms in ways that they haven't before. With this Venus transit, there could have been a lot of financial loss or relationship loss for some Virgos, and that is just, it is the dying off season before bringing in something that fits you much, much better. So I hope that you're having a lot of fun with this full moon, Virgo. It might be a bit more personal of an experience for you and something that you keep under wraps. But either way, it is bound to be a very exciting time. Libra, this has partnerships written all over it. For you, something is manifesting when it comes to a significant partnership. And with Libra, Aries eclipses happening on your axis of self and other over the next year and a half, many Aries and Libras out there are going through deep transformation and karmic shifts with self and significant partnerships. And this full moon is going to show you maybe a bit of the story of what is about to start taking some really quick and drastic changes. The Venus-Uranus is happening in your 11th house and 8th house. So for Libras out there, I think that this has to do with your friends, your groups, your communities. There might be some revolutions. Uranus is asking for an upgrade when it comes to the people you hang out with and the depth of your connections. I think that for Libras, it's going to be about whether or not these connections run deep, and if your networks aren't providing that, they're not likely going to stand the test of time. For others, this could be about dreams and hopes and wishes coming true, and I wish that for a lot of you Libras out there, especially when it comes to romance, because Libra is the romantic one of the romantic signs of the zodiac, and romance and partnership is very important to Libras. And I think that this is going to represent a time when a lot of that starts to happen for people that have been in a bit more of a quiet phase when it comes to relationships, or just haven't found something significant. Now is the time for Libras. So enjoy that, Libra. It looks like a lot of depth, even though Aries is very quick and sometimes more superficial. You have that opportunity for deep connections to be blooming at this time. Enjoy. Scorpio, this is work for you. This is day-to-day habits. Something in this full moon is showing you where maybe there's a habit that it's time to let go of. And if there are, this is a very good time, and likely by the end of eclipse season in a year or so with Libra and Aries, any habits or work things that are really that the time has come to an end, this is the type of energy that makes sure that we cut those out, and you'll have a lot of assistance for that. So something's changing in your day-to-day habits. For some Scorpios out there, this could be a pet coming into your life. The sixth house also rules pets. But it looks more like work for a lot of you. I think that there are significant partnerships in work that could be changing your status, your reputation, and it is the stuff that you're doing in your day-to-day life that is really supporting and benefiting this change for you. So for Scorpios who are making big career shifts, I see this being a really great opportunity that potentially comes out of nowhere, and this might not be an isolated event. I think you're going to see many more of those with this following eclipse season that is really going to, this eclipse season is going to change you in ways that affect your work and also affect your intuition and your ability to take a rest from work. So there's going to be a lot of balancing to do when it comes to how much work you do every day and how much rest you get, and just time out from the world, because that's also a very important part of work success and having the energy to push through when work and daily tasks are really demanding a lot of us. So Scorpio, take breaks when you can. If things feel intense on the work front, just know that this is some karmic paths that are going to play out, and ultimately it is going to get you where you want in business and success. So enjoy. Sagittarius, this full moon has romance and play and creativity and children written all over it. So for those Sagittarians out there who want to have children, there's a very strong chance that those eclipses are going to create fated circumstances when it comes to that over the next year. And this could be an introduction or a precursor to what's starting to unfold. For Sagittarians that have children already, there could be big karmic shifts happening in the lives of your children now and over the course of the next year or so. And for others, it could be about dating and romance and creativity and play. Where is the joy? And Sagittarians, you know where the joy is at all times. You bring the joy. But there's something that is getting a step up in that department right now and over the next little while. Venus and Uranus have been traveling your 6th and 9th house. So there's a lot of work focus there. There could be a lot of unexpected energy when it comes to work, maybe work partnerships and how you connect with other people and share perspectives. So Uranus is really asking that you change how you work in your day-to-day environment. So you're going to have to pivot and make quick adjustments to manage those day-to-day tasks. So typically we get in a bit of a routine with day-to-day stuff. You know, with your work day, you do this in the morning, you have a kind of a general sense of the flow of your day. But for a lot of Sagittarius out there, things may have been a bit more erratic at work, and with money and your perspective around money and those things. So you can expect more surprises around this full moon if that is the theme of what's been going on for you. Perhaps there is actually travel on the horizon for some of you, and that could bring a lot of fun and bliss, and that could be part of getting your joy back and getting out there and traveling, as Sagittarians love to do. So I hope you are having a fun one with this, and I will see you next time. Capricorn, this full moon is all about home and family for you. So something is coming to fruition or coming to a close when it comes to your home life. Venus and Uranus have been shaking up your 8th and 5th house. So this could have to do with your intimate connections. This could have to do with psychological trauma and psychological healing and fun and children. So because it's wrapping up in your 4th house as well, I think Capricorns out there, you've been going through more healing of family trauma and family family wounds that you carry forward into this life, and that might be coming to a close. It's also, Uranus is asking you to have more fun, and Capricorns, it is fun is a very stable process for you, and with Uranus in that part of your chart, this means that Uranus is asking you to shake things up when it comes to fun and really revolutionize what your creativity and play looks like. And this also could have to do with children if you want children or already have children in your life. So some Capricorns out there, this could be an unexpected news of an unexpected pregnancy, and that could definitely be changing your life on the home front, and you can expect this year and a bit of eclipses to continue to change home and family matters for you. So I hope that these surprises with 5th and 8th bring lots of joy and pleasure to you. This could also have to do with your partner's resources going through unexpected changes, but ultimately to bring more finance and more abundance and more support into your life. So enjoy, Capricorn. I'll see you next time. Aquarius, this full moon is happening in your 3rd house, and this could cover it could be communication, it could be your mindset, it could have to do with a sibling or close relative or a neighbor, something in your neighborhood that comes out of nowhere, has some surprise to it. You are also going through partnership and home-related changes, and this Venus retrograde has been shaking up partnerships for you and really asking to change and create something new in your partnership space. So maybe there's a neighbor that becomes a partner for some Aquarians out there, and otherwise this could be surprises when it comes to family and partnerships. Maybe you're somebody who gets a message that is very shocking and surprising, and it comes through a messenger of some kind, and that could be how this full moon plays out for you. For some Aquarians out there, a mode of transportation could be coming to a close. You might be finalizing a chapter with that. That's on a more practical level. For most of you, this is going to be your daily thought process. What is ready to completely change and close a chapter on when it comes to how you manage your thoughts and day-to-day mental patterns. And whatever is going on at this time is going to have a continuing story over the next year or so, because you're going through eclipses in your 3rd and 9th house. So watch for, you are going to be asked to create complete mental shifts in how you operate day to day and the bigger picture on things. So I hope you're having a lot of fun, Aquarius. I'm excited to hear what surprises manifest for you in love and romance and communication. And they all go quite hand in hand. So communication certainly feeds healthy romance and home life. So enjoy, Aquarius. Pisces, this full moon is happening in your second house. This is all about your self-worth and how you take care of your body, how you take care of your assets, what you spend your money on, and what you value. And you're about to go through an eclipse season in that department as well. So many Pisces out there are going through huge restructuring. You have Saturn in your first house, and that is deeply changing. That is changing deep parts of you and how you are seen in this world and your psychology. When those changes happen, your self-worth is bound to go through some shifts, as well as your assets and your financial picture. The food you eat also is considered in this house, and Venus and Uranus have been asking you to revolutionize your communication. And that's probably through your work relationships in some way. So if you have had challenging work relationships or unexpected communication in work relationships, stuff that is shocking and maybe comes out of nowhere, that is asking you to change a part of how you handle those dynamics. And I think your psychology and who you are as a person is going to be a big part of that change in how you handle those relationships. But it's work stuff that is coming up for you, Pisces, that is at this time of this full moon also asking you, how does your self-worth and how you treat yourself reflect those work relationships or not? And that could be a piece of this story right now too. So for Pisces out there, it's about time. I think that there's an increase of abundance that is coming your way, and this full moon is going to start to show you the manifestations of that. Enjoy. Aries, this full moon is all about you, and you already have this initiator energy that comes very naturally to you. So I think for many Aries out there, there are going to be bold new beginnings in who you are as a person, how the world sees you, and your psychology. Uranus has been asking you to radically change your resources and how you take care of yourself. And Venus is bringing up topics around children and play and creativity. So do you value those things? Do you value play and children and creativity? Certainly, I think a lot of Aries do, but you might be asked to transform that in some way that matches the new you and who you are becoming. A full moon in your first house can represent a big shift in who you are, and this might be expected or unexpected. You're probably going to be feeling more bold and more like the leader that you are right now, and excited to take action in one department or another, and it might have to do with children for some of you, or a creative project. So if you've had a creative project that you've been working on but feels like it's taking its time and is moving slowly, this could be a time when there is a lot of speed to that, and some manifestation related to that seems to come out of nowhere. So enjoy, Aries, and I look forward to hearing how this one's manifesting for you. I'll see you next time. Taurus, this full moon is happening in your 12th house. So for you, this could be a big ending of some kind, and you are going through big revolutionary changes when it comes to your home and self. So when big changes like that happen in what astrologers we call the angles of the chart, so the first and fourth house, things need to come to an end as well. For a few of you out there, this could have to do with faraway lands and manifesting a trip overseas or just time out. Most full moons bring a lot of energy, but you might find that this full moon is a time where you want to retreat. And you might be retreating at home with family, with loved ones. Venus has had an extended stay in your home, so you could be reworking things, going through actual renovations of your home, but on an inner, more energetic way, you are rewriting what you want family to look like. And it's not going to necessarily be an exact replica of where you grew up, so you are refining what you want to take with you and what you want to leave behind. And this full moon could really show you what is time to leave behind when it comes to making your home happy and stable and full of love. So also with the 12th house full moon, a secret could come to light, Taurus, and there could be some shocking developments in romance for you. And hopefully all pleasant. And even if something feels jarring in the moment, because Taurus is one of the signs that doesn't appreciate jarring quick change like Uranus can bring and like Aries is comfortable with. So this might make some Taurians out there feel a little more uncomfortable, but know that this is a time for deep shedding so that you can really build a stable home and love moving forward. Enjoy. Gemini, this could be a big wish coming true for you. Hopes and dreams coming to fruition. That is a theme at the time of this full moon. And if it isn't that, your networks, your community, something is coming to light that is creating some change when it comes to the friends and allies and people that you hang out with. This also could have to do with an audience or work networks for some of you. Venus and Uranus are revolutionizing your psychic connections and communication in psychic ways. So you have probably been feeling this amplified sense of hearing what someone's going to say before they say it, knowing that someone's going to call and then the phone rings, or just getting a sense that there's more to the story than what's being said, and very likely you're right. So keep following your intuition, and if it's your intuition that's getting stronger and potentially suggesting that some of your connections and friendships and networks are not where you want to be, if that's what's going on for some of you out there, this full moon is going to cut some cords. And if this full moon doesn't, you can expect that to happen for the eclipse series with Aries and Libra over the next year or so. That fated circumstances and changes with your friends and networks and communities are what's going to be a main theme moving forward. Ultimately, it means that you are going to be surrounding yourself with people that truly support your needs and that are moving forward in the direction that you are moving forward in. And when you are increasing your psychic ability and your communication ability, you need people who are on that path with you. It's just all that much more fun. And Geminis really like to expand their knowledge of how people operate, but also that comes with a skill of communication. And the more you hang out with other people that are also skilled at communication, the more enjoyable it's going to be for Gemini. So enjoy these changes, Gemini. Things are starting to happen quickly. If you've been waiting, this is your green light for action. I will see you next time. Cancer, this full moon is a status changer for you. Something about how others see you in work, career, or otherwise is changing. And it is going to continue to go through karmic changes over the next year or so. Venus and Uranus are in financial houses for you. So the work, the money that you make from your work and the way that you handle that money and what you do with it on a practical level, those things are going through unexpected changes. And on an energetic level, this is a reflection of your self-worth and of dreams coming true. And perhaps the dreams coming true are unexpected. This is where Uranus is showing that curveball energy and is really asking you to step it up and go for, when it comes to dreams and wishes, don't settle for less. Uranus wants complete change, to completely revolutionize things. And yeah, Cancer, you have a tendency to want to play it safe, and Cancer is another sign that doesn't like this shocking Uranian tower moment changes. It might take Cancer some time to process what is going on. But that's where Uranus is going to start to take more power and control and really show you ways that can be even better than you expected. So I hope that you are enjoying this one, Cancer. This could definitely be big changes when it comes to work and community and your self-worth and where how money matches your self-worth. So enjoy, and I will see you next time. Thank you so much for watching this full moon video. I hope that the surprises are fun and exciting for all. I think after some slow progress and a lot of life lessons, some people might be tired of the excitement, but I think change is going to be welcomed by many. So enjoy.